Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Data Dispatch. I hope you guys had a great weekend. It for sure went way too fast for me. Already coming up on Monday here, we have a lot to listen to in terms of what's going to be happening in the markets this week. We have a very big conference, the CES Conference, the Consumer Electronics Show. One of the biggest parts of this conference is the CEO of Nvidia is going to be making some remarks, a presentation with a keynote speech regarding just information on products that are going to be released, hints probably what's going on with the Blackwell chips, getting some future updates on that. Nonetheless, we're going to be having probably a lot of retail and institutional investors all across the street that are going to be listening to every single word. So this is going to be a very big conference, especially in the start of the new year here. We're going to be talking about some more details, and we'll also be kind of covering Palantir stock. Jim Cramer just came out with a tweet, and he mentions Palantir. We'll be talking about it here in just a few moments. We're growing fast, getting close to 22,000 subscribers. Help me hit that goal, hit that like button, and of course, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm collecting all the data and dispatching it to you. Now, pop it up on the screen here. Nvidia closed at 144, up 4.5% at Friday's close, doing fairly well because Nvidia does have some resistance. If we just zoom out here at the 150 that we have seen previously for Nvidia, depending what happens with this keynote speech, this is where we could possibly see this push past the 150. You can see the resistance line right here, getting into new higher highs in price discovery mode, causing possible FOMO effect depending on what we do here. Now, looking where we're at right now, Nvidia is already up another $1.52 in the overnight hours on Robinhood, currently at $146, likely due to just anticipation with the CES conference. We're also going to be having the jobs data that is going to be having a big impact on the markets this week. So we thought January maybe was going to be a slow start. Not so fast. We are kicking off the markets pretty quickly here. Now, this Consumer Electronics Show is going to be running in Vegas basically all week. We're also going to be getting minutes from the Federal Reserve, the December jobs report, and the start of the fourth quarter of 2024 earnings season. So, like I said, a lot of big things in the market this week. Looking at the big trade show here, this is basically a large Techland trade show. Companies showcasing their largest products, offering hints of what to come. Typically, looking around here, about 130,000 people attend, 3,500 exhibitors will attend. The CEO is going to be speaking tomorrow at 6:20 p.m. Pacific time at the Mandalay Bay Arena, and he's expected to unveil a new super fast graphics card that gamers and others have been waiting for, and also giving updates and on schedules regarding the Blackwell family of graphic processing units, the Blackwell AI chips. That's what we've been talking about more recently, talking about its artificial intelligence applications, including these large language models, But we know NVIDIA has been doing incredibly well. Like I said, we'll be giving you guys updates on what we do here tomorrow. Looking at that, and especially before we get too far, we'll talk about Palantir. Right now sitting at 79.74. Remember, Palantir did pretty well also on Friday. We had a lot of buying pressure in the market kind of across the board on Friday to about 79.89 you see here at the close. Now, Palantir does have some resistance here at the 80. We'll see if we get bullishness across in the market, and especially here at Nvidia, has a big heavy weight on the S&P 500. If we see a lot of buying pressure there, this could continue positive momentum into the whole market. I think Palantir would join alongside that. Getting possibly here and testing the 80s, it will be interesting here to see if Palantir can pass this psychological point of resistance. Nonetheless, Palantir holding up above and not only the mid 70s here, but in the higher 70s has been incredibly a large success story for Palantir. So great to see here. We'll see what happens going into the market. One big thing that we do have is Jim Cramer here comes out with a statement saying, working on a Sunday, brainstorming about buying Palantir and Tesla and the need to do so because of the protective intellectual blankets that they give you. Only, of course, for the CNBC Investing Club. Oh, why not? Well, Jim Cramer coming out here saying that he wants to buy Palantir and Tesla for protective intellectual blankets. that could be viewed in many different ways. A lot of people do listen to Jim Cramer. He does have a big voice. However, a lot of people also talk about the reverse Cramer theory. So some people said, hey, if you're in Palantir, now might be the time to run, just because Jim Cramer is coming out here bullish on Palantir. Look, you can see here, thanks, Jim. I will wait until the sell-off starts now. So we'll see what happens with that. A lot of that has a lot of just meme behind it, regarding the reverse Cramer theory. But sitting there, what do you guys make of that? Do you believe in that theory? Down in the comments. Interesting to say, nonetheless. We'll see what happens here with Palantir and Tesla going into 2025 also. One big thing, though, earnings anticipated to come out in about a month. A lot of eyeballs are going to be looking at this. This is also getting some controversy regarding Palantir's earnings. Sitting right now at estimates is 11 cents per share, correlated with a revenue of 776 million. The reason why there's controversy is because of the SARs, the type of stock that is basically being awarded to employees, and the way that the SARs was, we had made a video on it being executed, how much of that net revenue could be taken away. The controversy is, was this already reported? Are analysts already anticipating this regarding the earnings? Some people are talking both ways. Don't know for sure. I guess we'll see in due time. Personally, that's where people are predicting a possible earnings per share miss. If we do see that, then I guess we'll just take that and keep continuing, remaining bullish on Palantir. If analysts did kind of price that in correctly regarding the estimates right here, then hey, I guess that's good because it's already been priced in. So we'll see what happens in due time. What to expect in the markets? We got big things coming. That is the December jobs report. You're also going to get the Federal Open Market Committee minutes right here. And of course, we're going to see Nvidia keynote speeches and also large Q4 earnings. Trading hours, they're going to be shortened this week. Like I said, on Thursday, we are not going to be having trading in the market due to Jimmy Carter right here, honoring his passing, which will close the stock markets and federal agencies for the day. One big thing, though, investors are going to be tuning on Friday, which will be coming, is the U.S. jobs report for December. So it's going to be a little bit of a gap after on Wednesday, waiting for that jobs report. And then on Wednesday, you're going to get minutes from the FOMC. They're going to shine a light on the deliberations on interest rates. This will be interesting regarding their open meeting minutes on interest rates, because the market, remember, originally had priced in about 4 rate cuts this year for 2025. However, with the recent remarks that we've heard from the Fed, now that's looking more like 2. Basically, the Fed would rather and is likely going to prioritize the target inflation rate at about 2% over the amount of rate cuts. They don't want to get too strong on the rate cut cycle and not let inflation get too out of control, because it's staying sticky. It is going down, but it is staying around. On top of that, you're also going to be seeing a lot of earnings that will be starting to be released in Q4 right here. Got some big things: Walgreens, Delta, WD-40. They're going to be reporting earnings. So in terms of the economic calendar, some big pieces of macroeconomic data, especially with that initial jobless claims report that will be coming out. That'll give us an idea of how resilient the economy is, and also tied with the FOMC, just kind of how the general economy is doing. Other than that, like I said, we'll be reporting what happens here. Right now, the consensus is that the report will show about 153,000 new jobs created in December, with the unemployment rate holding at about 4.2%, which is the same rate as November. Looking for revisions on the most recent report, which said that 227,000 jobs were created. So the job situation has moderated. Companies haven't had to add new staff. We'll see what happens. Many jobs are dependent on healthier markets. Rates on the 30-year mortgages have been holding steady at or just below 7, the highest level since July, despite the fees of the recent Fed interest rate cuts. So this is interesting. Talking about mortgage rates right here, still very resilient despite the Fed interest rate cuts. We'll see what happens with the rates, if they will come down. I think we'll get some fluctuations in the market this week. But stay tuned, get ready, put your boots on, strap them tight, because we got a lot of stuff to try to hike through. Hope you guys have a wonderful week. We'll see what happens with the CES speech. I'll be keeping you guys up to date, talking about Palantir, talking about Nvidia. Big things happening for the tech stocks. Have a wonderful day.